What's going on YouTube? Green with Evil here, and today we're going to be cracking with a very special, it's the first ever custom Godzilla review on the channel. It's from RICSAN Custom Toys. He makes a bunch of different kaiju related toys. He's on Instagram, and I scooped up a very special one that some of you may not even know about. This is the 1994 Stan Winston Godzilla. This is the first design of Godzilla before we ended up getting the 1998 Matthew Broderick Godzilla. This is the first ever one, because the original movie was supposed to come out in 1994. It was going to be directed by Jan de Bont, the guy who directed Twister, but that all fell through because they said it was too expensive to make. It's pretty funny that the 98 Godzilla cost way more than what they were budgeting for this one. But anyway, I digress. Stan Winston, yes, that's Stan Winston, designed a Godzilla. His studio designed a Godzilla for the movie, and there hasn't been anything collectible for it, but RICSAN has made a custom version of it. So guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're going to dive into this video here today, and we'll check this out. It's a custom Godzilla. It's my third ever custom Godzilla toy I own. The first one I got a bust of Shin Godzilla before there was any collectibles of that in 2016. The second one was the Ready Player One. You might be able to see him up. He's kind of hard to see. He's up there in that area, right there. That's the Ready Player One Mecha Godzilla. That's a custom. Maybe we'll review that one day. If you guys want to see that, leave a comment below. But anyway, today we have colors for RICSAN. We have the red. We have the white. I'm wearing Godzilla shirt, red and white. Let's do it. Let's crack into this. Let's do the unboxing first. He even makes his own boxes for it. So there's the Godzilla 1994 RICSAN Customs. We have another image here. So I guess if you're collecting all of them, obviously collect them all, you're able to stack them, and there you go. You can tell which one is which. We have a lot of, I guess, other content creators and artists who have done like special figure pictures of this Godzilla, which is awesome. But we're going to dive into this one here today. There is his QR code if you guys want to use that. But I'll leave the links and everything to him. Instagram and all that will be in the description below. And I'll try and leave what is that thing called? Right in the top right corner there. Not a key, a card. I'll leave a card up there for us. So let's do it. It opens up like a giant birthday cake, because this is kind of like a birthday. This is going to be awesome. So let's do it. So I put him back in. I already opened him. I took some pictures, but I wanted to get a feel for how this was boxed up, and it's awesome. So I'm going to show you this first. So as you see, he is nicely in his little cubby here. We get some stickers. We have the Griffin head. I'll go over that in a little bit. And then we have the Godzilla himself. So let's get him out of here. Move this to the side. The cool part about his packaging here is the styrofoam pieces come out in different parts. So you actually you don't have to grab him out of it. So you can actually take the styrofoam parts out. There's one. You really have to take out the second one. At least I didn't. So here is Godzilla. He had a little bit of paper here to keep the legs a little bit separated. We'll put him to the side for a second. Let's pack this back up here. I don't want to damage anything. I want to put him back just the way he came. Put that there. Oh, something else we got in that came with it I want to show you check this out, a little cutout of Titanosaurus, which another figure he does have. He has Titanosaurus you can get as well, which is really cool. But look at this, a little cutout Titanosaurus. So I wasn't throwing that away. This thing's cool. Keeping that to the side. We have our stickers here of the 1994 Godzilla. All the little dust and stuff you see are just from the styrofoam. That's why I have a handy-dandy Swiffer to kind of clean us up every so often here, because they get absolutely everywhere. So let's take a look at Godzilla himself, the man of the hour, the 1994 Stan Winston Godzilla. Let's set him up here, because we have to fix his tail, because you see the tail comes in this way in the box, but you have to turn the tail this way. Now he is a 3D printed figure. He's 3D printed with a wiring inside, so you actually have a lot of articulation you can do with him too. You can reset it, you can turn him, you can turn his head, open his mouth, You move his legs. You can position him. You can turn his tail. So, I mean, this is like SH Monster Art level, you know, articulation kind of stuff. You can turn him. I've seen a couple of videos on YouTube of stop motions with him, which is awesome. But let's go into this here, the design. I'm going to put the design up here. You're going to see a couple different designs of the actual Stan Winston Godzilla, the mold, and the statue that they made. I guess for the movie, obviously. So then you'll get to see a good comparison with this is him here. I mean, he looks absolutely amazing. He has the same, I mean, it's beautiful. Beautiful 3D printed. I mean, it's straight from the statue himself. And he paints them himself. I asked him on Instagram, I said, do you paint them yourself? He goes, yep. So they're all painted too. He has a lot of detail here. He closes his mouth. Boop. But I mean, look at that. It's crazy. But yeah, this was the unused Godzilla design from 1994. Unfortunately, I never got to use it. The entire script, I believe, is online. The whole thing is online. You can read the entire movie. And Godzilla fights a griffin in this movie. He's not the only monster in the movie. He actually fights a griffin, which I'll show you this real quick. This is the little head this is the head of the griffin that he fights in the movie. So you can kind of have him hold it, a la Godzilla 2014 when he held the Muto's head. You can kind of have him hold it, sort of like that, which is pretty cool. But let's get into the design here. So we have a lot of articulation, like I said. You have arm articulation, you have elbow articulation. Hands don't turn. Hands are the wrists and fingers themselves are attached right there. That's attached. So don't try and mess with that, because I tried. But this here, you have elbow movement, you have shoulder movement on both, which is awesome. You can position it how you want. You have neck movement here. You have stomach movement. It's just insane for a custom, and it's absolutely beautiful, beautiful figure. You have you can position his legs. See how they look at the almost like real. Look at that. How all the different separate joints move on both of them here. But you can actually position yourself. Let's get this camera a little bit lower here. So just bear with me a second. Bear with me a second while we lower the camera just a tad, so we can get him a little bit closer here. So you can pose him, you can turn him, you can do whatever you want with him. Have him fire his atomic ray. Doesn't come with one. I do have the SH Monster Arts one here with me, the atomic ray, so we can mess around with that a little bit and do a couple poses with him. But he's all sorts of posable. But this is pretty much the image most people are familiar with, is the one where his arms are straight down like that. He's turned a little off center from the front, and then you'll see the picture here. That's pretty much the original image of this Godzilla. Just such a the second I saw it on Instagram, I needed it and I bought him instantly. He was $94 plus $20 shipping, but 100% worth it. This thing is amazing, especially because you can't find this. You can't find this. This is not something that anybody makes. This is not, because it's forgotten. It's a forgotten Godzilla. Some people that I even mentioned that, hey, I got a custom Godzilla 1994 Stan Winston coming, and they're like, what? He made a Godzilla design? So I mean, it's not super well known. It got pushed to the side for the 1998 Godzilla, which I'm an apologist. I like that movie. I don't mind it at all. But if we got this for him versus the Griffin, I'll put a picture of the Griffin up here. You'll see that. This would have been spectacular. He has chest movement here. You can turn him. He has the paint job and the detail on the actual 3D print sculpt itself is absolutely amazing. I have a couple of recorded videos of just like him standing still and my camera going all around him. So you may get a couple of those too, because this doesn't do it justice. I had a lot brighter light before doing that. So tail joints, you can position the tail how you want. I don't know longevity on these on the wired, how he's built wire wise, but I mean he's a tough cookie. He's built strong. You can feel how strong he is which is awesome. But I also have some special guests here today. We are going to compare sizes. We're going to compare sizes of our RICSAN Custom 94 Godzilla. So let's bring out our special guest. So here is the RICSAN 94 Custom Godzilla. Our first comparison size-wise is the 2024, obviously, the evolved Godzilla from Playmates. So there's your first comparison, about the same height. Good. This is a good size. You're going to see, especially with the next couple. Here comes a regular size Bandai Godzilla -1. So there is your comparison to the regular size Bandai's. Beautiful size. Detail is amazing on the 94 Godzilla. Then, we have one of my favorites of all time. One of my absolute favorites. We have the NECA. We have the NECA 1989 Godzilla vs. Biollante figure. One of the last ones got NECA. R.I.P. NECA with Godzilla for now. Maybe one day they'll come back. But there is your comparison size-wise to the NECAs. The NECAs, this dude is heavy as hell. He's still so heavy. He's way heavier than anything else that I have here to show off, which is crazy. But there's your comparison to the NECA Godzilla line, at least one of them. We have another comparison here. Here is the most, I guess, the most compatible comparison that we'll have today is the SH Monster Arts. These are another style that has a lot of the joints. I've reviewed this figure on my channel, so I'll put a link up for him. But see, he also has the kind of positioning and articulation. Legs move, arms move. You can close his mouth, you can turn his head. But I'm going to say, not as good as the RICSAN Custom. But there is your comparison size-wise from a SH Monster Arts Godzilla to the RICSAN 94 Godzilla. We have two more comparisons. We have Up from the Depths. We have, boom, we have the Mondo statue Hanna-Barbera 1978 Godzilla. Nice little comparison there for those sizes. Did a review on him as well. So you get a kind of a gist of the size of the Mondo statues. And then our last comparison are the larger Bandais. I don't have any Trend Masters, unfortunately, with me, but larger Bandais. There is the size comparison to one of the larger 8-inch, 10-inch Godzilla. We have our SOS Godzilla with the absolute zero damage. You guys, if you haven't seen those movies, please watch all the Godzilla movies. If you're watching this, please watch all the Godzilla movies. But this figure is awesome. It belongs right on the shelf with the absolute best of whatever Godzilla has to offer from all the different companies. Whether it be, I'm getting the Haya Godzilla Evolved coming in, so we'll compare that with this in that video. So look for that way in the future when the Haya drops. But I mean, he is as compatible on your shelf with the best of the best. So I definitely highly recommend it. RICSAN, what a fantastic design you guys have done here. Hit the like button, guys. Hit the subscribe button. Let's get a couple more shots of his face. He's got his little Andy stomp on it, and it's dated 2024. Like I said, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. That was the RICSAN Custom 1994 Stan Winston Godzilla. And until next time, take it easy, guys. Peace. It's a little after credit scene for y'all. I forgot to show you what this Godzilla will look like with the SH Monster Arts Atomic Breath, which works out perfectly. Look how cool that looks. For real, guys, take it easy. Peace.